So it's a random night in 2016 at 3 a.m. and I'm sitting on my desk, looking at my computer, watching something I shouldn't be watching. I'm watching a video about all the different provinces in China. I'm really diving deep into this matter. And so, okay, why am I doing this at 3 a.m.? It's a school night, by the way. Why am I doing this at 3 a.m.? Well, it's because I'm procrastinating. I'm procrastinating this massive essay that I have due in the morning. And I'm doing an all-nighter right now, supposedly doing an all-nighter to finish this 4,000 word essay, which is due in just a couple hours. And I've got almost none of it done. I've barely done anything. And this is the thing. I've already gotten an extension on this assignment, so this is literally my last chance. I've literally got a couple hours left. It's going to be a part of my final grade. If you know, I was in the IB program. This is my last years of high school. This was a 4,000 word essay that would go into our final grade, so it was very, very important. And I'm literally doing anything but doing that essay. I'm learning about the provinces of China, bro. I'm literally doing anything but doing that essay. Long story short, by the way, it was an essay on bananas in chemistry. I was doing an essay on chemistry. I almost died, by the way, doing that essay. I heated up this flask. There was a flask. I was in the lab. There was a flask with liquid inside it. I heated it up. Apparently, you're not meant to leave the lid on when you heat up these kind of flasks. So it heated up so hot that the lid shot up into the air. It was this close to hitting me in the face. Anyway, almost lost my life. Did an all-nighter. Ended up getting an E on that essay. But the reason I'm telling you this is because I'm actually a master procrastinator. I talk a lot on my channel about how I enjoy studying. I used to read the maths textbook in bed before going to sleep. But if I hated an assignment, if there was something I really didn't want to do, then I was a master procrastinator, bro. There are tasks which literally would take me like 5 minutes to do. I will put them off for months. That is how horrible I am at procrastinating. I will literally scroll on reels all day instead of procrastinate. So I struggled with this problem for a long time. I tried to find many solutions. I read books on productivity. I watched hundreds of videos on productivity, procrastination, but nothing ever worked. Because you hear all those common tactics out there like the 3-2-1 rule, where if you're procrastinating, you say, okay, 3, 2, 1, and then you get up and you go do your assignment. It sounds nice, it sounds cute, but I would procrastinate doing the 3-2-1 rule. Or for example, you hear that you should take a cold shower and that will help you stop procrastinating. I would procrastinate taking a cold shower. I'll be like, bro, okay, yeah, I gotta do this assignment. Let's do the 3-2-1 rule, bro. Oh, I'll do the 3-2-1 rule after this episode. Oh, I'll do the 3-2-1 rule tomorrow, bro. So the problem with procrastination advice online is you end up procrastinating the procrastination advice. So I needed some kind of way to deal with my procrastination that didn't involve me just procrastinating and pushing the procrastination down one step. And here's where the tactic I learned comes into place. I'm happy to say that I very rarely procrastinate these days. I've actually successfully maybe 90% solved my problem. I still do procrastinate from time to time, but I'm going to share with you the solution in this video. So what I have here is basically when you're procrastinating, when you realize you're procrastinating, this is like a go-to move that you do. Once you realize you're procrastinating, you go do this move. So it's like an if-then statement. If you know anything about programming, it's like if procrastinating, then basic attack. And the basic attack has to be something so simple that you literally can't even procrastinate doing it. So what is this basic attack? When I tell you the basic attack, you're probably going to have a bunch of objections. You're going to think, okay, this is weird. What is this? This makes zero sense. I'm going to break down all those objections in this video, and you will be convinced by the end of this video that this is literally the way to go, that this will cure your procrastination for good, forever. I'm not even kidding. This is literally the solution. So the basic attack that you should do is to do nothing. So what exactly do I mean by do nothing? I mean, as soon as you realize you're procrastinating, you're on your reels, you're watching a show, and you know that you have to do something that you're not doing, drop everything and sit there and do nothing. That's it. Now, why does this work so well? Because procrastination is very, 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 very weird. Because here's the crazy thing. You actually do want to study. Because, you want to get good grades, right? And you want to get good grades, therefore you want to study for your exam. You want to sit down today and study for your exam. So there's a part of your brain that literally wants to study for your exams. But it's very weird because you want to study for your exams, but here you are on Reels. Here you are on Netflix doing anything but studying. This is because there's another part of your brain that literally wants you to do that stuff. So the weird thing about procrastination is there's essentially a fight going on in your brain where one part of you wants to sit down and study, but the other part of you wants to sit down and go on Reels and waste time. So you've got this fight going on in your brain. And so why does this basic attack, do nothing, work so well? Because we're not asking you to choose between these two guys and like they're fighting. This guy's like, go watch Reels, you know, we can study after this episode. While this guy's saying like, no, we've got an exam tomorrow, we have to study. So instead of having to like choose between them and engage in their battle, when you do nothing, all you're doing is simply disarming this guy. He's telling you to go sit on Reels. He's telling you to go watch Netflix. He's telling you to do anything but study. And all you're doing is saying like, no, bro, no. I'm just going to sit here and do my own thing. And when you sit down bored and do nothing, this guy will start to be quiet. Because here's the problem. This guy is very, very convincing. He's like, oh, bro, it's okay, bro. You know, one more episode, bro. The next episode of the show is so exciting. Let's just do it. Come on. Oh, bro, we got to improve ourselves, bro. Let's watch self-improvement videos. Come on, man. We can study later, bro. Just sit down. Just watch some Reels, bro. Just watch some Reels. This guy is so tempting. So we can't even fight him. Look, he's so tempting. This guy's not tempting at all because studying is painful. Studying for your exam is painful. So we will naturally just go to this guy and like, yeah, okay, thank you. I'm going to watch Reels. So what being bored and doing nothing does is we're basically saying like, nah, bro, I'm not going to listen to you. We're not saying we have to listen to this guy. I'm not telling you to stop, to do nothing and then to go study. I'm just telling you to do nothing. And what happens when you do nothing? At first, this guy fights back. He will throw a million excuses at you. At least this is how I experience it. He throws a million excuses at you. You put down your phone and you just sit there on your desk. And this guy will be like, no, bro, come on. One more episode and then you can study, bro. Oh, what's the point of sitting down and doing nothing, man? We've got an exam next week, bro. We have an exam next week. So let's finish this episode and get studying for our exam, bro. We can't sit here and do nothing. Come on, bro. Like, just watch Reels, man. Just get up and do anything. At least do laundry, man. Don't sit here and do nothing. But what will happen is if you just trust the process, you do the basic attack, eventually he'll shut up. He'll be like, okay, this guy's not listening to me. And then you'll start to actually hear this guy for real. This guy will start to talk to you more clearly. You'll start to realize like, wait a minute. I've been playing video games for a month. I've got an exam next week. What am I doing? What am I doing? Bro, I've got an assignment next week. I should be doing 2 hours a day on this thing. What am I doing? Oh, bro, I've had this dream since I was 10 to, write a book. What am I doing? I got to chase my dreams, bro. The true part of you starts to talk to you when you tell this guy, like, to go away, when you don't listen to him and you just sit there and be bored. So it's not just about dealing with procrastination. It's about finding what you truly want, which often is like studying and that kind of thing. Maybe you're thinking like, oh, bro, like, that sounds good and all, bro, but I'll study later because I'm tired, man. I'm tired. It's not that I'm procrastinating. I'm just so tired, man. Tell me how to get energy so I can stop procrastinating, bro. Well, this is another thing. Sometimes this guy will tell you that you're tired so he can keep watching Reels. He'll be like, bro, we're tired, man. We can't study right now, bro. We can study later. We're tired. Let's just keep watching Reels. Let's just do nothing. Let's just bounce this ball around for no reason. It's a fancy language he uses to convince you to keep watching Reels. So, okay, you're tired. That's fine. Do you know what you should do when you're tired? You should rest. So put this guy away, do nothing, and rest. You are literally doing the optimal task that you should do when you're tired, which is to optimally replenish yourself by doing nothing. So, okay, you're tired, do nothing. Boom, problem solved. Or maybe you're thinking, bro, I can't do nothing, man. I've got an exam next week, bro. I can't sit there and do nothing. I literally can't. I've got to study, man. I got to study for my exam. Please, I can't do nothing, bro. Tell me how to sit down and study for my exam. Bro, you're already playing Reels. You're already playing video games. Stop focusing on doing your exam. Take the first step. Take the first step. Shut off the video game. Put your phone away. That's the first step. Forget about, you're trying to jump to step 100, which is go from going on your phone to studying. Forget about jumping 100 steps. Take the first step. Put this guy away and sit there and do nothing. Okay, now that you're sitting here and doing nothing, now we can think about getting you studying. But first, you got to take the first step, bro. I understand, like, okay, you got an exam next week, you can't sit down and do nothing. Sure, then go study. But look, if you can't even take the first step and put this guy away, forget about the 100th step. Take the first one first. You're literally already not even studying. You're watching this video, which is already this guy talking to you. He's like, hey, bro, instead of studying, let's watch a video on how to start studying. That's a good idea, bro. The thing is, you don't even need this video. You already know what you need to be doing. If you shut down this video, which you should do at the end of this video, I'm not going to link any other video. I'm going to literally just give you a black screen. If you shut down this video and you just sit there, you'll realize, like, bro, I didn't need to watch that video. I need to study for my exam, or I need to do this thing, or I need to chase my dreams. You didn't need this video to tell you that you have an exam next week. So do that first step. Sit there and do nothing, because, okay, I'll give you the actionable steps how exactly to do this. So when I realized that I'm procrastinating, I know somehow there's something I need to do, but I'm not sure. It's kind of vague, it's kind of foggy. Then all I do is I just sit there. I put down everything, I sit down literally on my chair. Maybe I stare out my window. Maybe I stare at my wall, but I sit there and do nothing. Here's a good mindset that you can use for it. Think of yourself as an intellectual. I know Albert Einstein, he used to sit there and he used to stare out his window, which is something I've been doing a lot recently, actually. I find it helps you be creative. Think of yourself as an intellectual. You're literally just sitting there, you're staring outside your window. And just sit there and just embrace the boredom. That's the phrase, embrace the boredom. And what will happen is, it'll start to get painful. You'll start to become embarrassingly bored. Because here's the thing, actually, that I didn't say earlier. Hunger is a signal from your brain that tells you you need to go eat. Like, bro, we're hungry, let's go eat. Thirst is a signal from your brain telling you need to drink water. Like, bro, we're thirsty, let's go drink water. Boredom is a signal from your brain telling you to go be productive. This is the mind-blowing thing. So when you sit there bored, when you sit there and you do nothing, you start to get bored. The boredom starts to build up because you're doing nothing, you're not being productive. When you're on reels, your brain thinks you're productive, so it doesn't make you bored. But when you sit down and do nothing, you stare out your window, you just literally sit there. The boredom starts to go up. And it's like a slingshot. You get bored and bored and bored and bored, and then eventually you're so bored, you snap, boom, straight to your assignment, straight to your exam. So boredom is actually a good thing. It's a signal from your brain telling you to be productive. So these days I stopped seeing bored as this horrible, painful thing in existence. And I just embrace it like it's just another thing that you experience. And it's just your brain telling you, like, hey bro, we can be productive now. So that's literally it. Sometimes I'll sit down for 10 minutes and I'll go like, yeah, I know what I need to do. I'll get onto my computer and I'll just start working on it. Other times I'll be like, nah, I really don't want to do it, man. And I'll just keep sitting there. And eventually, as long as I keep resisting everything else, eventually I'll get up and I'll actually do it. Or I'll write down, or sometimes I have a notebook in front of me and I'll write down a plan or something. Or maybe I'll realize that actually I don't want to do it. Look, if you sit down for 30 minutes and you come to the conclusion that, okay, we have come to the intelligent conclusion that now is the best time to spend an hour on Reels. Fair enough. At least you've made a decision from a more intelligent point of view. When you're scrolling on Reels and you decide from that position to keep scrolling on Reels, that's a weak intelligence point of view. But that's literally it. I'll end you on this one thing, by the way. It's not your fault that you procrastinate, actually. It's not your fault. Because here's the thing. This is a fact I learned about procrastination that blew my mind when I first heard about it. Procrastination is actually a habit. So what this means is every time you procrastinate, you actually become a bigger procrastinator. So it's this vicious cycle where the more you procrastinate, the better you get at it. It's crazy, but what that means is it's actually not your fault that you procrastinate. You might have just been procrastinating for so long that it's literally so difficult for you to resist. I spend at least a couple times a week, I have this habit where I sit there and I literally stare at my wall, or I stare at my candle flame, or I stare out the window. I just sit there, and when you do that, you'll start to realize things. You'll start to realize like, oh shit, I haven't been doing this thing for a long time. Oh shit, my room's a mess. Oh shit, I should have done this. Oh, there's this guy I haven't talked to. You'll start to actually realize things because you're not constantly distracting those deep signals that are within you telling you stuff. So it's a great habit to add to your life, not just to beat procrastination. Bro, I'm so tired. It's midnight. Goodbye.